first video I posted was just the normal weekly analysis. There's some fairly exciting stuff there. And because it's the end of January, start of February, I'm also putting together some monthly forecasts as well. Some pretty good stuff on the monthly. There's 3 charts especially that I like. Most people don't come up this high. Most people never think about it, but they're very, very relevant because this is where a lot of the money sits. A lot of the big institutional traders, a lot of the hedge funds, a lot of the equity firms, they trade off key levels of these big price action, mainly pin bars, but all of the normal price action, a lot of support resistance areas. If you stick around and you listen to what I'm saying over the 6 to 12 to 18 months, you'll start to get a bit of a feel for it yourself, and hopefully follow the same line of thought, because there's some plenty of money to be made in these areas, as long as you've got a bit of patience to wait for price to get into these areas. All right, anyway, we'll kick off. So we've got pound JPY on a monthly chart, and now if we just go back to weekly for a second, now this is a big weekly pattern. Now we've had this uptrend channel, this downtrend inside the uptrend. Now it's broken below on this bit of a downtrend. So right at the moment you could anticipate a bit of a rollover, which I am, which for me is exciting because the rollover correlates with a monthly pin bar. Now this might seem a little bit counter trend in saying that I think it's going to roll over, given that we've got a nice monthly bullish pin bar, like a very bullish pin bar on the monthly chart. What you'll find after trading long enough is that almost all the time, I say almost all the time, it's an art more of a science, but I'd say 70 to 80% of the time, price responds to the price action by retracing into key levels on that price action before it actually goes ahead and does what it needs to do. So by that I mean, in my opinion and my experience, that I think price will come and retrace into this bullish pin bar. So just put that on there, down to at least the 50% or maybe the 61.8% level. Alright, so price at the moment's open as bullish. This is where a lot of the punters get hurt, because they'll be buying, because of this weekly trend, and because it's broken on the outside, it's going to get to this level and it's going to roll over back into these 50% retracement, maybe 38.2, we'll just see. But if we just drop back to the weekly, we'll see that the retracement correlates, because price has come up, touched under here. Price action on here, it's going to get a pin bar and it's going to come down back into these levels, right on this support, and then it's going to go long from there. It's not going to go long from here. I'd bet money on it, which is what we're doing, right? So for me, there's no short trade into these retracement levels. It's just I don't think you'll see a lot of price action. You might get something on daily. I doubt if you get something on weekly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until price approaches this 50% level on the monthly chart. So skip back to monthly. Remember this big pin bar? Wait till price gets to here, and from here I will be getting long. And we'll be chasing some high levels. Weekly price action significant. It will respond and it'll throw price higher. I don't care what's happening with the Brexit. This is my opinion, and I've seen it a lot of times, and I think this is exactly what it's going to do. Alright, so that's one chart that I'm having a bit of a look at. If you guys have any questions on that, just stick some comments in below. I'll have a bit of a read through and see if we can answer some. There's 2 others I want to look at. The second one is a pound US. So we've got pound USD. We've got a monthly chart. Again, same sort of thing. So this one is similar, but instead of, well, it's a pin bar sort of, but it's more of an engulfing. The price has come all the way through and it's come right up and it's closed bullish. So it's closed outside the highs and the lows of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, sorry, which is significant. Now, again, people would see this and go, oh, well, it's going to go long, and it is going to go long, but not right away. You have a look at this bar from top to bottom, 861 pips. It's not out of the realm of normal thought to think that this price will retrace comfortably into halfway through this pin bar again. Exact same thing as we discussed on the pound JPY. I'll stick a Fibonacci in there, excuse me. Just get that right on that level. Okay, so 50% level here, 61.8, even better because it correlates with the recent horizontal resistance on a weekly. So we're just dropping back to the weekly quickly. Have a look at this. So we've got, again, so this is what we're looking at, 61.8. I want price to retrace back into here. and then we'll get long from there. It'll probably bounce and come for a second time. Now, the reason I say that is we've got price come all the way in here. In my opinion, you've got one left, two left, so I've got a double left shoulder, a head, and I'm anticipating a right shoulder, a double right shoulder, and then get long. The reason I think that is because, I think this is a big rounding bottom pattern as well, and we need price. If it just breaks early here and comes up on top, it's not going to really complete this pattern as neatly. I think we'll go 1, 2, and then up, which is great because we've got an opportunity to trade short, then long, then short, and then long. Then we've got to trade the break, then the retest, and then long. And when it breaks and retests in here, it's going to get some momentum because it dropped in early, or dropped in quickly, sorry, and it'll take off quickly. So pound US over the next 12 to 18 months on the weekly and monthly chart is going to present some excellent opportunities on the higher time frames. I think people will still get lost in the ether down on lower time frames, but if you keep on your weekly and monthly and just look for your daily entries, I think you'll do just fine. Again, just put some comments in below if you want me to clarify anything that we've talked about on that one. The last one that I want to talk about this morning is USD JPY. So, what we got? USD JPY. Okay, so USD JPY on a monthly chart. So prices come down, and again, we've got this support resistance level come through here, and we've got this beautiful pin bar. Now, this pin bar alone wouldn't be enough to excite me too much, but if we drop down to a weekly quickly, you can see this big pattern. So prices consolidate, consolidation triangle, prices broke, and it's come down, it's retested right on this horizontal support resistance. It's right on this short-term uptrend for the consolidation, and on the monthly close, it is the pin bar in the exact same area. Sorry, skip back to the weekly. This break retest is the key. So down, 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 prices consolidating, it breaks, and it retests. Now, it retests on this big pin. A lot of the punters would have got long, anticipating a big spike. This tail was too deep for me. It was created some uncertainty in the market, I think. It pushed down really aggressively and back up really aggressively on a H4 bar. I think it'll come over softly. I think it'll bounce a few times. It'll test right in this corner. And then we'll get, now, testing that corner is also going to correlate with, remember what we talked about in the pound JPY and the pound US on monthly. Excuse me, we'll just zoom in. If it tests in that pocket right there, guess what? This is not hard mathematics, guys. It's pretty simple stuff. We've got a retracement, Fibonacci retracement again of this pin bar. So US prices open and going long. I anticipate it to come back into the 50% or 61.8% retracement of this Fibonacci. Look at that, 50 crosses right over here with this consolidation and this horizontal support resistance. This here, excuse me, you get weekly price action in here somewhere, and we are good to get long. Good to get long in a big way. All right. So we'll see how that goes. So those ones are things that are going to be coming up in the next month or two. It's monthly price action. Sometimes it'll retrace and take off in this next month. Sometimes it'll take a month to retrace and a month to settle and then a month to take off. It could take 1, 2, 3, 4 months. This is where the patience in trading comes in. So just stick to the analysis, stick to the high time frames, and we'll see how we go. All right, guys, I hope you get something out of the weekly discussion and also this monthly discussion. And wish you all the best during the week, and I will talk to you again next week. Okay, cheers. Bye.